Example of conduction, convection, and radiation is boiling an egg. Radiation is the transfer of energy by electromagnetic waves. Conduction is the transfer of energy from contact of one object to another. Convection is the transfer of heat by the movement of a fluid. An example of radiation is the steam coming up from the water that is boiling, and then the heat coming from the burners heating up the pot. An example of conduction is the handle touching the pot. The handle is cool for the person to touch, but the pot is hot from the burner. An example of convection is the bubbles in the pot from like the heat boiling it, and there's convection currents in there making it bubble and the air bubbles rising. Radiation has electromagnetic waves, while convection and conduction have particles. In conduction, the particles do not move, but convection, the particles do move. Conduction happens first by two things touching, so the burner and the pot, and then that heats up the pot. Convection happens second by like the water boiling, and that creates like movement, and radiation happens with the heat and the steam coming off the water and the pot. This is conduction, one object touching another. The spoon is touching the hot boiling water, so the end of the spoon is hot, but the top is cool because it is not directly touching the boiling water. You can measure radiation, or the heat coming from the boiling water, by using a thermometer. So right now it's below 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll put it next to the boiling pot and we'll see it rise. And now it's about 200 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's definitely a lot hotter.